Welcome back to Case Pharaoh. Having journeyed through the powerful prologue, we now arrive at the first of Zarathustra's teachings. This is where his philosophy truly begins to unfold, not with a complex system, but with a profound story of the spirit's evolution. He calls it the Three Metamorphoses. Zarathustra declares, "Three metamorphoses of the spirit do I designate to you. How the spirit becometh a camel, the camel a lion, and the lion at last a child." Let's break down this incredible journey. First, the spirit becomes a camel. This is the load-bearing spirit. It is strong, reverent, and it carries weight. It asks, what is heavy? It wants to be laden with the heaviest burdens it can find. And what are these burdens? Zarathustra gives us a list. Is it to humiliate oneself to mortify one's pride? To ascend high mountains to tempt the tempter? To feed on the acorns and grass of knowledge and for the sake of truth suffer hunger of soul? To love those who despise us? These are the difficult tasks of discipline, knowledge, and duty. The camel spirit says, yes, I will take this upon myself. And once laden, it does what camels do. It hastens into the wilderness, into solitude to bear its load alone. But in the loneliest wilderness, the second metamorphosis occurs. The camel becomes a lion. Here, the spirit is no longer just bearing burdens. It wants to conquer its own freedom and become Lord in its own wilderness. Its enemy, the great dragon called Thou Shalt. This dragon represents all the established values, commandments, and traditions of 1,000 years. On every one of its golden scales glitter the words Thou Shalt. The dragon declares, all values have already been created, I represent them. There shall be no I will. The dragon is the weight of all existing morality. All the shoulds and musts imposed by society, tradition, and religion. The lion's task is not to create new values, yet it cannot. Its rule is to slay this dragon. Its weapon is the sacred no. It fights to win the right to say I will in the face of the eternal Thou Shalt. This is a rebellious, destructive, and necessary phase. It is a struggle for the very freedom to create. But then Zarathustra asks, why must a lion become a child? What can the child do that the mighty rebellious girl cannot? The answer is the core of creation. The lion can only say no to the old, but the child represents a new beginning, a sacred yes. Zarathustra describes the child as innocence and forgetfulness. A new beginning, a game, a self-rolling wheel, a fast movement, a holy year. The child is not burdened by the past. It doesn't fight the dragon. It simply doesn't see it. It lives in a state of play and pure affirmation. It doesn't destroy old values. It invents the new ones as naturally as a child inventing the new rules of a game. The child will is its own and it wins its own world. So, the journey is the camel, the strength to bear the burdens of tradition and discipline. 2. The lion, the courage to rebel and say no to those same traditions to win freedom. 3. The child, the ultimate power to affirm life, to play and to create new values from a place of innocence and joy. This is the path to becoming a true creator, a true individual. It's not enough to be a scholar who carries knowledge, the camel, or a rebel who only smashes idols, the lion. One must ultimately become like the child able, to look at the world afresh and say a holy yes to one's own creation. What face do you identify with most? The burdened camel, the rebellious lion, or the creative child? Share your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, when we delve deeper into Zarathustra's discourses, this is Kesfero signing off.